Johnny Sexton, a lot was talked. Rory, you even wrote about it last week, how winning a Grand Slam would really elevate his legacy. The Sexton O'Gara debate's always been one Irish fans have had a bit of fun with. Where do you guys weigh in now that Johnny has achieved that big honour?
I think they're level now, are they? Johnny's got one. Johnny's got one extra Heineken Cup. Look, I don't think. He's
got two more championships.
I think. Yeah, that's true. Well, I think Ronan was surrounded by those great players like O'Connell, O'Driscoll. He was part of that team for an awful long time. I think Johnny's driven this team through a really difficult patch. I think he didn't have the calibre player around him for a couple of seasons as Joe was rebuilt. I think it's going to be a debate that will run for a long time. Johnny's not finished yet. He's still got time to keep adding to his legacy. He's certainly on par now. It could be very reasonably argued that he's better, but I'm sure there's plenty of people down in Limerick who disagree with me. So he's certainly one of Ireland's greatest out halves. He's very close to being Ireland's
one of the greatest out halves. Luke.
I can't believe you avoided it. Do you know what I would say is that I think Johnny has a big advantage over him defensively, and that's a big part of it. It's a really Roger's an unbelievably brave guy. Just a small guy. Brilliant temperament, love playing with him, but I think Johnny has an advantage over him in that respect, and I think that's probably where you would give him advantage as a player. Now, Roger would probably make the argument that he'd probably play with different personnel, but I would say some of those personnel probably suited his game plan as well. He got a lot of consistency out of string. Strings delivery at 9 was incredible, and he was an excellent kicker of the ball himself as well. He played with probably a more experienced, better pack week in, week out for longer. Could probably make an argument to that in Leinster for the last few years, but I think that Irish pack was very settled, and I think that it suited his game plan. It suited what he was really good at. His kicking game was really, really strong. He didn't have to he just had to try and get the ball to the best player in the world for whatever it was for 10 years with Dricko outside him. So, there's arguments for and against. I think the difference for me is definitely going to be probably the size in terms of the running game, and definitely the size defensively, and that probably is what gives Johnny the edge at this stage.
So we have Sexton and no comment to finish.
Well, look, I'm going to sound like a Leinster guy saying that, but it's really not. I'm just being purely a black and white because I'm pally with the two lads, and I know it'll piss Raj off for me to say it, but I've got to be honest. I just think the defensive thing, which everyone will bang on about me going on about the defence stuff, it's so important at the top level.